Welcome to Literacy Development at Christopher Columbus High School, or CCHS for short. So the first thing we wanted to do was implement a few new courses that focus on informational literacy, financial literacy, and social literacy. We also wanted to expand and use literacy coaches and librarians to work together with teachers to be able to help the students succeed as much as possible. One of the other needs that we have identified at Christopher Columbus High School is the parent involvement. We do have a great deal of parents that are involved in the activities of their child, but it might also help to have a type of course that can guide parents with the different technological aspects that are involved in their child's schooling in order for them to understand and grasp the concepts and be able to help their child at home. Informational literacy. This is where I think literacy coaches are needed very, very much, because research is something that our students learn from freshman year, but it's something that they have to develop, work on sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. And it's something that they're going to have to know no matter what for the rest of their school career. With the use of literacy coaches, then they work together with the librarian and the teacher in order to enhance the student's success. With the research, there should be workshops that are available for students that take place between 2 and 3 times a year. These workshops focus solely on just research material. Students come in, and with the use and help of their literacy coaches and the teachers and the librarians, they can work on a different type of program, on a different type of subject, and create a research paper based on that program or that subject. Now, the process can take the whole year, but during that year, the student continues to meet with the literacy coaches and the librarians and the teachers to continue to improve their own research material, their own research technique. So hopefully, with this cooperation of working together, by the time the student graduates from high school, they have a good grasp on how to perform research and how to have proper information literacy. Financial literacy. This is a course that unfortunately has been overlooked in a lot of high school situations. We don't teach our students enough about financial literacy. It would be important to have different goals where they have to make decisions that have to do with their money, how to earn money, how to properly spend money responsibly, because of course everybody likes to buy nice things, but they need to learn the difference between a want and a need and how that translates to economic. It's important for them to have an idea of what credit is and how to properly use credit in order to have bigger purchases once they reach adulthood and they want to buy a car, they want to eventually buy a home. It's important for them to learn about saving and investing, what they need to save in order to be able to also plan for the future. And nobody wants to work till the last day of their lives. So what can we possibly teach them for them to learn how to properly plan for the future and how to prepare a type of retirement plan, even though they're nowhere even remotely close to thinking about retirement. It's something that they can focus on once they start working and then slowly build up their retirement fund. Budgeting. It's very important for everybody to have an idea of what the budget entails. What could be your budget in order for you to live comfortably? What could be your budget if you want to plan a vacation or anything of that matter? And training and learning how to do this during the high school years is extremely important, because that would give them a leg up when they become adults. They already know, they have the concept of how to properly earn, how to save, how to create a budget, and how to follow along with the budget. Social literacy. Our students spend a great deal of time on social media. That's where they get their current events. They know what's going on in the world. They know what's going on in their neighborhood. They know what's going on with their family and their friends, and obviously the latest trends. So in order for them to properly be safe online, we need to be able to give them the power to be able to decide what is social media literacy, what is social literacy overall, and how to properly behave online. They need to be able to interact with others while still keeping themselves safe. And even though students, a lot of times their social literacy is beyond what a lot of adults are, they still need to understand that the internet is a huge world and there's a lot of different things that can happen there. And how events and actions that they perform now when they're teenagers, when they're students, how these actions and these events will be immortalized forever in the internet, and how it will affect their future endeavors. So I think talking about social literacy and overall how to deal with online safety will be beneficial for the students overall. The lesson plan that I think can definitely help our students evolve and do better in school would be something we can do using an escape room. An escape room is meant to be fun, it's meant to be interactive, it's meant to have the teams work together. Students are set up in different teams and they have to solve different puzzles in order to be able to escape a room. Now the good thing about escape rooms is that they are going to encourage students to talk to each other, to try to think outside the box, to be able to feel out different things, to think critically in order for them to figure out the answer, to figure out the locks. I included an escape room here, and at the end of the presentation I'd like to go back to show you a little bit about it. But it is a good situation for students to learn and for them to be able to enhance whatever material has just been taught in the class. Now, Parent Literacy Night is one night or a couple of nights that can be set up specifically focused on the need of the parents in order to improve their involvement in the school. Now, during these literacy nights, what we can do is have the parents work with the librarians, with the literacy coaches, with the teachers in order to come up with a plan of how to benefit their particular student better. Now, they can also develop the same options that are available for the students. The students have these different courses: social literacy, financial literacy, and informational literacy, but there could be a type of condensed version that we can offer to the parents, so that way they can be an efficient tool in helping their child learn the same material. And that brings us to the technology. In a lot of cases, we have parents that do know how to function or how to work an iPhone and so forth, but might not be super or completely tech savvy to be able to guide their student on how to search on the internet, or how to properly document, or how to do any type of activity where they're using their technology. So I think parents will definitely have more of involvement in the school if they're able to participate and learn about the different technologies that we use with the students. If parents have the opportunity to learn how the Macs, the iPads, our learning platform works, then they can help the student improve their overall performance and undoubtedly be better for the student and the parent. And hopefully in this way, the parent will participate more in school activities, and that way parent involvement will increase. This is a small survey. If you can take a look at it later and give us some feedback of what you thought of the presentation as well as the references. I'd like to go back just a minute to the escape room. Escape rooms, as I was saying before, can be done in any type of subject across the curriculum. This is an escape room done in English class, and it focuses on Edgar Allan Poe. So the way that an escape room would look at the beginning, you would have rules, and then there's different locks, and there's a timer. So at the beginning of class, when the escape room begins, you start the timer, and the students know how long they have in order to solve the lock. And each lock will have a different code that they have to enter in the space. So then once you start, it will lead you to a lock, to a clue, and at the end you have a clue, and you also have what leads you to lock number 2. So that way you can continue building on your answers, and once you answer, it leads you to the next column, the next lock, and so forth and so forth. And this way there's different puzzles for the students to participate in, a room where they have to find an item that gives them to the next lock. There's even a puzzle that mine is already built because I had built it before, but it shows up like this, and then they put it together and the lock appears. So either way, the escape room is a great opportunity for them to be able to have like reinforced the material that they just learned in class. All right, so thank you very much for following with us on our escape room and our lesson today. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions or if you would like a copy of the presentation. Thank you.